Hello beauties, and welcome back to the Bumpy Bones Locksport channel. Now in this video, I want to do an unboxing and my initial impressions of the Southern Specialties Elephant Trunks Lockpick set. I also want to thank Don Mofo, who in video 36, which was my video about lockpicks for beginner lockpickers, recommended this set. I've also seen it on some Facebook groups I follow, so I thought I would give them a try. I also wanted to try them because one of the lockpick sets that I often grab is the Sparrow's Monkey Paws Set. And this is a set that I always recommend to beginning lockpickers because the tip of the lockpick is notched. That makes it really easy to find your way in a keyway, to locate different key pins, and to center your pick on them. And I'll often grab this set when I'm having trouble with a lock or learning a new lock or finding different pins or navigating the keyway. So this is a set that I grab a lot. And what's really nice about the Sparrow's Monkey Paw set is that you can get them in different thicknesses. You can get the standard 0.025 inch or the 0.020 inch or the 0.015 inch. So you can get these in the different thicknesses, which really kind of increase the locks that you can get into. And you can also get an expansion set for them, which has the shallow. You get the short hook by default. You can buy this individually, and you can also get the medium and deep hook for these as well. So these are really good picks, and the Southern Specialties Elephant Trunk picks are supposed to be very similar to this. And so if we take a look at the description here, the cost of them are $10.95, which is a really good price. And it's a hybrid style that allows for top-tier pin control manipulation. Profile that blends the best aspects of a Deforester Diamond. And if you don't know what a Deforester Diamond is, that is this style pick here. Now this is the Wall Lock Tools Deforester Diamond. So you can see that the pick curves at the end and that you have a diamond profile at the tip here. And I use a pick very similar to this a lot. I really like a Deforester Diamond. And it gets you into a lot of different locks. So I'm going to be interested to see how these, the elephant trunks compare to that. It also blends the aspect of a short hook and a notch fulcrum design, and that's what you see in the Monkey Paw set. So it's useful on everything from a master lock to a medical lock, which is pretty much from white belt to purple belt on the Lockpickers United belt system. So that's really cool that these are a very robust pick set. And the notch allows for a solid non-slip grip on a pen or wafer. And I find that they mention the wafers here. That's cool because I'm starting to get into wafer locks. And so I didn't think about using these picks on a wafer lock. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it's a great tool for counting pins and unknown locks and dealing with high security pins and counter rotation. And then you get these in different thicknesses. The set comes with 0.016 inch, 0.020 inch, and 0.025 inch. Now, the one thing that I will say that at least right away, even without opening this set, you get 3 picks with this, which is nice, and you get the 3 thicknesses right away, but they're all the same size. You don't have the different depths with a hook with them, and they don't offer that yet. And I'm hoping that they'll offer that in the future, because having a deep hook or a medium hook option of these I find to be really useful, at least with the Monkey Paw set. I use that a lot. So I really kind of hope that in the future they'll offer the different depths of the picks. Alright, so let's go ahead and unbox this and see what we have here. Now, I always like stickers, so I always appreciate when companies include stickers with it, and that's actually a really cool sticker, so I will put that somewheres. And this is kind of nice. They have free Misfits, and I'm going to be honest, as a Misfit myself, I really like that they have that, and that they did that with this package here. And it looks like we got some really cool picks in here. Now I'm not going to do a talk about these a lot here, but let's see here. We got the wave handle pick that they had, and I was curious about that, so I'm actually kind of glad they included some of those with us because I'll give these a try in the future and see how that handle works. And then we got some nice Bogota rakes here. Now these are thick. Um, Let me look at their site here real quick. All right, so this is their titanium Bogota set, and it's about zero point 0.3 inches thick, and so it's a thickness. It's actually a really good. I like the profiles they included with that, so I'm gonna give those a try in the future. I'm gonna add those to my collection, which is kind of nice. All right, so let's now take a look at what we are here for, and here are our elephant trunks. All right, so what's really nice is that they did label them. So we've got the .25, we've got the .025, .020, and the .016. Um, the head design is nice. Now, one thing that I do notice that is a bit of a difference is if I bring over my Sparrow Monkey Paw, the angles are a bit different. So if I overlay them, it's kind of hard to see. I'm hoping that this will. Um, you'll notice that the notch is at an angle. So this is more of a gem. So if I grab one of my gem locks here, that's not a good one. Let's go with the extended gem here. Yeah, that actually is a very close profile. So this is actually this isn't the extended gem. This is the gem one through the Law Lock tools set I've got. So the angle of these are very similar. And the notch is at an angle where the notch on the Sparrow Monkey's paw is flat with the handle. So when you're putting this in, you don't have to angle it too much for that notch. It's going to be interesting to see how different that is. And initially, the first thing that comes through my mind with this is going in deep into the keyway. I'm interested to see. Let me grab my cutaway lock here. So when you kind of go in deeper with the keyway, you can't angle the pick as much as you can at the front here. So if I go for pin 1 here, I can go in at the bottom of the keyway here and pretty much have that flat with that key. When you get deeper though, you get more restricted in the angle that you can use with the pick. And so you'll be more on the edge here rather than in the notch, I think. Um, Now, when I'm putting it in cutaway, what's nice is that I can feel the pins. That notch does make it really feel, but I'm wondering if I'll be able to tell when I'm on a pin and centered with the pin and all that. So, we'll pick some locks open here in a moment. I like the handle design. It is that sandwich style handle, which coming right out of the box makes them usable. It widens that handle. It gives you something to grip on. It is very similar to the Covert instruments and the multi-pick. In fact, the handle is a little longer, uh, or a little shorter, I think. Hold on, yep. A little shorter than the Covert instruments and multi-pick one. It is about, yeah, the same thickness, which is good. Let's actually test that. Let's see if our thickness is where it needs to be. So this is the .025. So let me go ahead and put that on there. .025, which is good. Let's check the .020. Make sure that we're zeroed still. So yeah, so roughly about 0.020. About .00, oh yeah, okay, 0.020. So there we go, we're good with that. And let's see the .016, which it's interesting that they offer this in .016 rather than .015. A lot of pick sets that I encounter is, that .025, .020, and .015. In fact, I have a lock tool set, I'm sorry, a law lock tools pick set coming that's in the 4mm or the .015, not 4mm, .4mm or that .015 inch range. So the fact that they have it just a little thicker, I find interesting. But let's check the thickness on this one. That's coming about a .015, a .016. Alright, try that again. All right, so 0.0155 roughly is the average on it. So again, it's comparable, which is good. We're really close to the thicknesses that they want. So I always appreciate it when that is exactly that. Now, in looking at the material for this, I can't find a lot of information on Southern Specialties site about the materials that they use for these picks. I find for their diamond editions that they use a spring steel, but I think they use a stainless steel for the non-diamond, which I don't think these are a diamond edition. With the Bogatal set, these are titanium, which is kind of nice. But these aren't titanium, and so I'm thinking that these are a 301 stainless steel. I don't know if it is a high yield or just a high strength. Um, let's see here. So this is the .025, and that's actually a pretty stiff pick, which is really kind of nice. If I compare this to the Covert Instruments short hook, it's actually stiffer than this. And if we go with and this is high yield stainless steel, and the Sparrows is a Code Max stainless steel, which is comparable to the 301 high yield strength. That's actually pretty stiff as well. Yeah, it's about comparable. So I would say that this is a 301 high yield strength. It's got the same characteristics. The grain size looks good. I mean, if I'm looking at the metal um, of the pick, it looks very similar. So it's, I would say that at least in material-wise, it will be comparable to what you see with Covert Instruments. So I think it's a good quality steel, at least initially here. Now, the other thing that I'm going to say about these that I really like is that they taper the neck of the pick. And what do I mean by tapering the neck of the pick? You'll notice that as you approach the handle, you're getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and so that when you intersect the handle, it's not a 90-degree turn. It if you're looking at the Covert Instruments, it's pretty much parallel. It does thicken a little bit, but very, very little. So you have almost a 90-degree intersection here when you hit the handle. This is a full tane design as well, so it is nice in terms of the stress and the pressure will be distributed throughout the whole handle, which is nice. But that tapering of the neck will add to the durability of these picks. And so it's a really good design. I like it. It is comfortable in the hand. and all the widths are the same profile. And I mentioned that when I was talking about the Sparrow set. I hope in the future they may offer these in like a medium or a deep hook. At least the medium hook would be nice. Because if you have a high-low key situation, especially deep in the lock, you're going to be kind of limited um, with just a short hook. Because if we compare the depth of the hook, it's about comparable to the Sparrow Monkey Paw, maybe a little bit shorter, and that's because I don't know if it's coming across in the video. I kind of hope it is. You can kind of see it there. The tip of the monkey paw is a little longer than the tip of the elephant trunk, and so this actually is a little bit more shallow than the monkey paw. And if we compare this to a standard short hook through Covert instruments, you actually have kind of a similar thing. The tip of that, the Covert instrument is a little longer than the tip of your elephant trunk, so that does shallow that up a bit. Now, you can, if you're looking at the edge here, that is a bit higher than the tip of the short hook here. Let's take a look at a hook number 1 from all lock tools here. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's the Deforester. Here it is. And so if we're looking at this, it's not as reduced with it, but again, if you're looking at that point, you're at the same height as a hook number 1, but if you're aligning it with the center of the pick, which is the center of your fulcrum or the groove there, you're losing about a good millimeter to 2 millimeters with that. So it is shortening the depth of the tip of the pick there, which I find interesting. Now, let's compare this to the Deforester Diamond profile. And yeah, that tip is similar to that. And in fact, I think what you would say would be you took the Deforester Diamond and then did a notch at the very outward side of the diamond, which I think is kind of good. All right, so enough talking with that. Let's go ahead and pick a lock open and see how they are. Now, I'm going to just do 2 locks, and I'm going to do 2 locks that I am familiar with. So I have a master lock here. So let's see how this goes with a master lock. Now, this is my first time picking with this. Hmm. All right, there we go. Got that open. It is interesting because when I am picking, I am used to staying on the flat side of the hook. So if I am, say, like going with a Sparrow Monkey Paw, I'm centering that tip of the hook. And with that being an angle, I feel like I'm approaching the pick from the key pin from the side. So I'm kind of latching onto it on that tip and lifting it up. So it's a very, very different feel. Let's grab American lock here. And I was kind of having a bit of a hard time feeling where I was. Um, Let's go ahead and grab that. Let me grab my top of the keyway. The other thing that I was noticing with it is that the tip or that lip up here kind of made it a little bit more tighter in that American lock. So I was having to push through the pins a little bit more. All right, so let's go ahead and angle this guy up a little bit here. And let me just make sure that my focus is where I want it. All right. So let's see what we got here with the American lock. Now this is a American lock that I picked a lot, so I am comfortable with it. Um, let's see where we are. All right. So counting pins. There's 5, 4, 3. Oops. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. All right, it's a little bit different, but again, that's I gotta get used to the bidding as well. Let's go ahead and I'm used to picking these locks with a deeper hook. That was pin number 2, I think. All right. All right, there we go. So my initial on that, and I'm gonna do this again, but I'm going to go with a deep hook from the Monkey Paw here. All right, so I got my false set here. And this is where I noticed the big difference. So if I grab and go to the pen that's got the false set in it, let me find it real quick here. There it is. I can really feel that counter rotation very easily with this hook. Now that's because it's a deeper hook. I can put more pressure on that pen from the top of the keyway tension I've got using the bottom of the keyway here as a fulcrum to push that pin up. When I'm using the elephant trunk, I am noticing I'm having a harder time with the counter rotation on that and doing the same thing. You can see I'm on the same pin and I'm pushing up. You can see some counter rotation, but you'll notice like with the monkey paw here, and I can push it up more easily and I get more of a turn with it than I do with that one in the elephant trunk. So that's interesting. So that's kind of my initial impressions of the Southern Specialties elephant trunks. I am going to use them more because I want to do a proper review on them. This is just my initial impressions. I am going to do my bowstring wrap on them so that I make them equal to the Sparrow's Monkey Paw width in terms of the grip and all that, because this is what I'm used to with my handles. And after I use them for a couple of months, I am definitely probably going to, probably, but I'm definitely going to do a more in-depth review of the elephant trunks here. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope you all found it informative. If you do like it, do feel free to like and comment on the video or subscribe to my channel. And as always, I hope everybody has a beautiful day, and I will see you all later.